It's the promise every single DoorDash driver wants to be true. You see it right there on the offer screen, a little text next to the name of the restaurant that says no wait time. Yes, this is a new update in some markets. It's supposed to mean you can walk in, grab the bag, and get back on the road in seconds, right? But what if that promise isn't a promise at all? What if it's an actual trap designed by DoorDash to manipulate you into taking the exact orders you know you should actually decline? The truth behind this little label is a lot more complicated and honestly a lot more shady than you actually might think. Let's be real, for any DoorDash driver, time is money. Every single minute you spend standing inside a restaurant waiting for an order is a minute you're not earning money. That's what makes this no wait time feature seem like such a game changer. It sounds amazing. In theory, it's a brilliant idea. DoorDash sells it as a tool to make you more efficient, to help you streamline your decisions and crank out more deliveries per hour. Think about how it plays out though. You're getting flooded with offers. One pops up, making this up, $4.50 to go 3 miles. Normally, it's an instant decline, right? But next to it is that little tempting label that says no wait time. Suddenly, the app is telling you that this isn't just $4.50. It's a fast $4.50. The math in your head starts to change, your perspective starts to change. Maybe it might be worth it if you can actually be in and out in 30 seconds and get this order done. This is the promise. Be more efficient, do more deliveries, and make more money. It's supposed to give you clarity. But the massive gap between what DoorDash promises and what we're all actually experiencing, if we get this, is becoming a huge source of frustration for some Dashers. The real problem isn't just that the label is wrong sometimes, it's why it feels like it's there to begin with. Here is where we get into the grim reality of it all. Dashers who have this and is testing it in their market, to put it nicely, they say it's a joke. Time and time again, drivers report that they're getting alerts on orders that are ready, but it involves serious wait times. And you've probably experienced your own wait times at one point. What if you actually got this message that said no wait times and you end up waiting? You accept an order banking on the promise. You walk into a restaurant with a little pep in your step like, yay, it's ready. And then you're hit with the classic, it'll just be a few more minutes. We hear that often. And just like that, your quick and easy delivery turns into 10, maybe 15-minute unpaid wait and completely tanking your hourly rate. So what's really going on? The label isn't triggered by a restaurant working, confirming that the food is really bagged up and is sitting on the shelf. That's not what this is. It's all based on algorithms. DoorDash's system is just guessing, using old data from the restaurant to predict when the food should be ready. But a guess isn't a guarantee. The algorithm can't see that the restaurant just got a sudden dinner rush, that the kitchen is short-staffed, or that one complicated customer order just threw a wrench in their whole system. The result is the feature that feels more like playing the lottery than using a reliable DoorDash tool. This leads to the most important part, the psychological trap, which we know DoorDash is good for. With this new update, it's been noticed how that no wait time label seems to pop up most often on the worst orders. You know, the low tip orders, the no tip orders, long distance orders, low paying garbage that has probably already been passed around and declined by a dozen other drivers. Think about it from DoorDash's side for a second. Their main job is to get every order delivered, good or bad. An order just sitting there is a headache for them, not the driver. So how do you trick a smart driver into taking a $3 order that nobody wants? You can't keep raising the base pay because then they're eating into their own profits. But you can change how the driver perceives the order, psychological. By slapping on a no wait time tag on it, DoorDash creates an illusion of speed. It's a little whisper in Dasher's ear saying, hey, the pay sucks, but I know, but it'll be fast, it's worth it. It preys on our biggest frustration. Wasted time. Time is money. To solve their biggest problem, not the Dashers. It solves their unprofitable orders. It's a classic bait and switch if you think about it. The bait is the promise of a quick buck. The switch is you standing around for more minutes, 15 minutes for an order you never would have taken. Every time a Dasher falls for it, our trust in the app dies a little bit more. You start to question everything. If they're lying about the wait time, what else are they lying about? This is DoorDash. This isn't some harmless glitch. It's a feature that actively tricks you into making bad business decisions that lowers your earnings. So what's the final word? Is DoorDash's no wait time feature a helping hand or a deceptive trap? After looking at all the evidence that is presented in front of us, the answer is pretty clear. In my opinion, it's a trap at best. It's a widely inconsistent gimmick, and at worst, it's a sneaky way to boost acceptance rates on bad offers. Let me know if this has come to your market yet, and if it has, have you seen wait times actually be accurate? Now, this doesn't mean it's wrong 100% of the time. It definitely could be right. For example, on a dead Tuesday afternoon at a place you know is fast, it might actually be accurate. Or a restaurant you know is ready majority of the time. But if you're relying on it during a Friday night dinner rush or even Saturday, especially in restaurants you know are always delayed, you're setting yourself up to lose. So what do we do? How do we fight back? It all goes back to knowing your market. I talk about it all the time on this channel. Simple. We take back control and start treating that little label next to the restaurant with skepticism. Here's the new rule. The no wait time label is a potential tiebreaker, not a reason to accept an order. Dashers, be smart. First, always judge an order by the fundamentals that we always talk about, payout and mileage. Is the order worth your time and gas? And even if you have to wait 10 minutes, stick to your standards, whether it's $1 per mile or a minimum payout. It's a $4 order for a 5-mile trip pops up and the no wait time label, it means nothing. It's a bad order. A bad order is always going to be a bad order. Second, trust your own experience. You know your market. You know which Chili's is a disaster zone and which local spot always has food ready on the shelf. Your brain and experience are way more powerful than DoorDash's broken algorithm. Trust your gut. Third, only let the label influence you when you're on the fence about an already good offer. Let's say your order meets your pay and distance criteria, but you're still a little unsure. And in one specific case, the no wait time actually might be a little push that makes it worth it. But it should always be the very last thing to consider, not the first thing you consider. At the end of the day, our biggest strength is sharing what we know. DoorDash counts on us being isolated out there in our cars and we don't talk to each other. Well, we can fix that. I need you to go down to the comments right now and share your stories and let me know what you think of this update. What's the longest you've ever waited for an order? If it's come to your market, no wait time, or what's the longest you've waited at a restaurant? Which restaurants in your city are the worst offenders? By sharing this, we can build our own database with each other, a real-time driver power tool that's way more accurate than the app will ever be. The no wait time feature is a perfect example of an idea that sounds good in a corporate meeting. Can't you imagine they're all sitting around figuring this all out? But it completely fails in the real world. It shows a total disconnect between the people programming the app and the drivers who actually work it. It's sold as a feature for our benefit, but its unreliability turns it into a dangerous gamble that can directly hurt your income and the amount of orders you take. Don't let that little verbiage next to the restaurant dictate your entire strategy. Stick to the basics of what makes an order profitable. Trust your own gut feelings and experience above all else. And remember, in this gig economy, you are the boss. It's on you to see past the flashy, empty promises and make the calls that are actually best for you as a Dasher. Don't let them trick you into waiting at more restaurants when you don't have to. In this video, we talked about orders that should be worth it for you to take, not based off of a no wait time. Well, there are many mistakes Dashers make all the time. Well, you're going to want to check this video out next to learn all about which one to avoid.